gets open for three. Dagger!
Oh, hello. Um, Welcome to Well Beyond the Arc. I'm David. And here we go. Okay, Montana is here. Let's go. Let's get this going. Usually he kicks things off, so I've kind of weirded out now that I kick things off. But yeah, welcome to Well Beyond the Arc. I should be used to this, but I don't know why I am. Oh well, here we go. Um, please carry on.
Yeah, no. Hello. Sorry guys, having some technical difficulties over here. That's on my end, but welcome back as always to the show. I just want to point this out before we get too deep into the show and before I might lose connection again because it's possible. I know there's some students of mine that watch this show, and just be careful what you comment because I know every single one of your teachers and parents' direct email lines, and I'm not afraid to use that. So just be a little careful today. We had some fun comments last time, but just remember that. Keep that in the back of your head. Moving on though, we're gonna move on and go into the good, bad, and ugly. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. There is a lot of things we could go into. As always, I think I say that every show, and I think I say that every show because it's the truth. We could always do an entire show of good, bad, and ugly. But today, as always, we got to narrow it down. So, what is your good for this week's show, bro?
So I had, oh my God, it was tough this week. It was tough because as a Laker, picking one didn't sit right with me. But then I just have to say, like, I had I had to pick between one and I probably the second one is probably yours, but my good is probably the Warriors. They look like they are figured stuff out. I think they are currently on a 3 game winning streak, something like that. Currently past the Jazz in the rankings, and I don't know. I don't know how things are looking. Things are looking like the light is at the end of the tunnel for them. So it's like they're seeing finally the light at the end of the tunnel. So the Warriors, I have to say, are my good this week. Again, I think 3 game winning streak, if I remember correctly. Um, but just to confirm so that I don't say stuff out of pocket. But yeah, the Warriors look like they're climbing on strong. So let's rock with the Warriors this week.
Yeah, I mean,
Also, actually, 5 game win streak. Sorry, my bad. 5 game win streak. That's crazy.
well, I mean, looking for that sixth game. Look, we're going to get into that in a little bit, honestly. And Smoke, if you're watching, I know you'll be watching at some point. We're actually showing some love to the Warriors tonight. I will not be having them as my good, but it's not because I'm hating on them. It's just because I have a different good. My good has to be Wemby with the historic triple double. Again, 27 points. It's always historic when a rookie gets a triple double, but 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 blocks. He is only the third rookie to ever log a 10 block triple double, or it might just be 10 blocks in general, and that is with Hakeem and David Robinson. Talk about good company, bro. That is legendary stuff. So shout out to Wemby. I mean, Wemby's playing. The Spurs might not be playing very good because they are not playing good in the slightest, but Wemby's playing some extremely competitive, consistent basketball, and that will translate into wins eventually. We're just not going to, I don't think we're going to see that this season, but that has to be my good for this week. But the Warriors on that win streak, looking for that sixth one tomorrow as we record this episode, has to be up there as well. Moving on, what is your bad for this week's show?
Honestly speaking, I don't know though. There have been some really tough ones, like the OKC's loss to the, what's his name? OKC's loss to Dallas. I think that was bad. That was just really bad. Like 101 to like 146, something like that. Um, sorry, 111 to 146, if I remember the scoreline. So, think I'll probably go with that as my bad. I didn't really have any bad. I looked around and I was like, actually, nothing really. Oh wait, no. There's actually one though. The ongoing beef between Draymond and Nurkic. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was just really petty from both sides. I don't know what happened after a game against Suns. They just started going at each other. That just wasn't really a right look, to be honest. But yeah, I guess I did have one after all.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot more good than bad this week. I will agree with you. My bad has to be the dunk contest lineup. We're going to talk about the dunk contest in a little bit, But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the lineup. I think it could be exciting, but it's like we shouldn't have to question that. When there was Michael Jordan, Hakeem, not Hakeem, excuse me, not Hakeem, Dominique Wilkins, when there was Dominique Wilkins, when these dudes were in the dunk contest, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, when these dudes were in the dunk contest, you didn't have to wonder, are we going to see exciting dunks? You knew you were going to. Now it's, are we going to see a good dunk con? I mean, there's the excitement's gone. There's no stars. You could argue there's one or two NBA stars in the lineup, but they're not people that are known for they're not NBA stars that are known for dunking, and it's just not the flash that you would expect. And I don't think we've seen a good dunk contest since 2016. So that's my bad. I think that's easily my bad.
I
Just
think
because I was hoping we'd see something maybe a little different.
yeah, I think the superstars are literally take the All-Star break. Like literally. They are like, okay, this is a break. We are literally not doing anything. They forget that it's literally for the fans and they are meant to actually come and actually produce. But I mean the lineup is I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not that bad though. Like it's way better than what we the lineup is way better than what we had last. I can't remember who we had or 2 years ago with who did we even have 2 years ago? Was it Jalen Suggs, Obi Toppin? I can't remember the lineup. That's how bad it was. Like I couldn't even remember. So fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gotta be my bad. And again, it's not a terrible bad. There can be way worse things than that, but that's gotta be my bad. And then moving on to the ugly, I'm gonna just start. And the reason I'm gonna start is because the ugly is really ugly. We have talked too much this season on this show about bad refing. Last night, Rockets versus Knicks, the ending to
Oh.
that game, I'm gonna call that a
Oh.
phantom foul because I've watched that a million times, and even the ref came out and said so. The ending to that game when the Rockets ended up winning off of a phantom foul is just like example number 500 this season of bad refing, and we're too early in the season for that much bad refing to be going on. So that's my ugly, and
Look, I
I'll
don't
let
even know
you
what
go on
happened
yours,
though.
but that's mine.
I look, you don't know what happened that because I was watching clips of because I obviously I'm not paying for NBA TV or League Pass or whatever, so I'm not going to hell watching those games.
Hell
So
no.
like I'm seeing like Tom Thibodeau so pissed off, and apparently he's drawing up a play, and then they called the game. They literally called the game. Like, was it meant to have ended? I don't know what kind of happened there.
Yeah, Rockets got free throws and won the game off of a foul that never. I mean, it wasn't. There was nothing. There was no contact. He went right past him. So it's not. It's not really. It's and there was not. There was no. When you watch the replay, you know how you sometimes watch an instant replay, and when you watch the first one, like the television one, it looks you can see something sort of, and then you watch it. No, there was no foul. There was no contact. I don't remember what player it was, but the Rockets hit two free throws, or maybe it was three, and then win the game. And they would not have won the game without those free throws. And there are games. Imagine if this was a playoff series, a game seven.
Yeah.
Imagine if this was a game that. So it's bad seeing that right now, and it's concerning that we're seeing so much. So the bad refing has to be my ugly, and it's the whole season. But it's not even just this. This is one
Yeah.
isolated incident, but it's the whole season, bro. I'm tired of watching these games and wondering where these calls are coming from and wondering what's going. And when the Lakers get them, it's like, all right, whatever. Hey, I'll take it. But that's the one exception. No, I'm just playing. Even that is not. What was that one game against the Raptors? Was it the Raptors when we had like 23 to
20,
what to
yeah.
2-3? Like, come on, bro. I mean, so there's examples of bad refing, and this is just another one. So that's my ugly. Yeah, bet. Sounds good to me. Um,
Yeah. Actually, I don't have any ugly, so I think
you gotta you
I've,
gotta agree
I've,
with me.
yeah, I kind of have to agree because I saw it and I was like, wow, okay.
Bullshit. And
I was
whenever
just lost.
whenever that bum, what's his name? Whenever that bum Dylan Brooks wins, I'm mad, bro. I hate him so much. I can't
Oh,
stand him. I can't stand Dylan Brooks.
oh yeah.
I cannot stand him at all. Um, so I would definitely say that was wow. Okay, hold on. Jay, keep that comment up for a second, please. Someone just copy and pasted that. I know someone just copy and pasted that from Google. You don't pretend like you sat there like, Anyways, we'll get back to you on that. Thank you, Blitz Gaming. That's the got to be the comment of the year. I don't know what quite to say to that, but we'll get back we'll get back to you on that. I had to read that for a second. Moving on though. Moving on.
Yes,
Smoke.
yes.
I hope you're happy. Ooh, I just got an Amber Alert. Oh shit. Damn, bro. My whole fucking lineup went away. Whoops. All right. Bro, what the? Okay, there we go. Warriors versus Clippers. See, we're not supposed. It's a sign we're not supposed to talk about the Warriors. Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's a sign we're not supposed to do this. No, but next we are talking Warriors versus Clippers because, as you said in your good, the Warriors are on a roll, and the Clippers are kind of on a roll, but they're on a 2-game losing streak, and they have not looked as good as they did last episode we talked. But both are meeting up. I know my answer here, but who do you have winning, bro? Warriors and Clippers tomorrow, Wednesday night. This has to be the matchup of the week. It's kind of a short week with All-Star Weekend, but this has to possibly be the matchup of the week. What is your take, bro? Who do you think walks away? Do you think the Warriors can continue and get this to 6 games, or do you think the Clippers will bring them back down to earth?
That's a tough one, though. One team, they are both hot. I mean, one lost yesterday to Minnesota. The Clippers lost to Minnesota. Was it yesterday? Yeah. One is pretty much competing for first in the West. The other is just competing to try and get into the play. Um, who do I want to win? Emotionally, none of them. None of them, to be honest, none of them. I really do not care about. And they're the two teams competing in San Francisco for like, if it could be a draw, a tie, like in soccer where there's a tie and everyone can go their way. 100%, I would have taken a tie. But since I can't take a tie, you know what? Just give me the Clippers because the Clippers are so far ahead of the Lakers. I can't really like, they can't. We can't. There's no catching up. There's no slowing down. I'd rather be the Clippers be far ahead than the Warriors win and then try to catch up with us. You know what I mean. Um, but yeah, I would prefer the Clippers actually win, and I think the Clippers do deserve to have an amazing season this year. They have just been playing really good basketball. The Warriors took too long to figure out. They had too much going on, and yeah, give me the Clippers all day, every day. He's really thinking. He's debating. Wow, I can say this question is really hard for him. Wow. Um, I completely understand. This question is really tight. This question is tight.
Hello, can you hear me? I think my connection went out again.
Yeah, no, I literally could see you and hear you. Though I was hearing all the tapping and the clicking.
You've just
But
been
now,
leading the way. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, my connection is not very good.
oh, okay, well, it's kind of done. What is? I guess I'm just going to while we wait on Montana, we're just going to answer a bit of some questions here. What's your opinion, Montana, on the ongoing debate between Michael Jordan and LeBron James for the title as greatest of all time in basketball? Um, wow, okay. I think that for me, I'm a little bit biased towards this just because I grew up watching LeBron. I didn't really grow up watching Jordan, so I have LeBron over Jordan in terms of the good debate. I think Montana will probably say the same thing as well, both LeBron fans. Um, so I do have LeBron over Jordan in terms of greatest of all time. But obviously I'm a realist, so I do know that what Jordan did wasn't normal. Like he three-peated twice. Like you don't do that in like no one has done that in the history of sport to three-peat. No, in team. Let me rephrase myself. In team sport, no one has done that to three-peat twice. I think that's just crazy. I think the closest to do that was Real Madrid in terms of soccer, where they, won back to back to back Champions Leagues, and then they went on and then won two. Um, but yeah, so I do have LeBron over Jordan in my opinion, but again, this is all opinionated based. This is one of those things where it's opinionated based. The stats don't really do justice just because LeBron has some stats over Jordan and Jordan has some stats over LeBron, and obviously longevity plays into LeBron's hands. So um yeah, it's one of those things is opinionated. David, why do you refuse to admit that Golden State is better than the Lakers? Um
Back.
because they are not better than Lakers. We literally saw that in a 7 game series. They are not better than Lakers. I do not think they would be better than Lakers. So um I cannot agree to that in any way. As long as the LeBron James is on the Lakers, I cannot take any Warriors team over the Lake. Actually, no, 2016, 2017, 2018 Warriors with KD. I can probably take over this Warriors team, but other than that, no, I can't. As long as the LeBron James is on the team, I'm sorry, no, it doesn't work that way. Welcome back, Montana. It's
Thank
good to
you.
see you. Yeah,
Thank you. It's good to be back. I will say this. The Warriors have looked really good in their last 5 games.
exactly. Kuminga, this guy too, Jonathan Kuminga is playing ball. Clay Thompson has kind of accepted this diminished role. Corey's doing Corey like things. Like that's the best way I
Mhm.
can say it. So
They're all contributing, and it's shown. They've beaten 3 top 8 teams with the Suns, Pacers, and 76ers. So they look the best they've looked. And on the other side, the Clippers are kind of on a downslide. Not a downslide as a whole, but they're on a 2-game losing streak and they don't look as good. They've really struggled in the second half of games. And so for me, I think the Warriors win. I think the Warriors win in a pretty close game, but if they're going to do that, everybody has to show up. Just like the last game, because everybody showed up all the way down to Gary Payton. Gary Payton the second showed up and had, I think it was 11 points, something like that. So I I've got to give it to the Warriors. I think the Warriors pull it off, and I think it's not going to be a huge blowout win. I think they win 112 to 106, and I think they're going to continue that win streak and pick it up to 6 games. I really think they have a chance to do that. So the Clippers are a good team. Who's going to go farther in the playoffs? I would pick the Clippers at this moment, but I definitely think the Warriors have that. They have that steam and they have that in them. And again, like you said, Kuminga's been playing ball. All of them have been balling out. Even Klay Thompson has strung together some pretty good performances, and it seems like his idea of what his role might be is also changing in a good way. So I think that it seems like a good setup for them, like the best it's honestly been for them. So I think that they'll show that in the game against the Clippers, and I think they'll win. Give me the Warriors 112 to 106. I think they got it.
yeah, no, definitely, definitely. I think again, as I said, I'm looking at it based on who is beneficial to Lakers. I really don't care about any of the fan bases. Whoever is who is beneficial to Lakers, I'd rather take the Clippers over the Warriors. But as you said, yeah, it could definitely come down to all the guys actually playing ball. And the Warriors can come out. I don't know who's at home. I don't know where it's at, whether it's Crypto.com or Chase Arena. But whichever one, to be a good game to watch though. We should have like kind of like a watch along as to watch it, if it's possible. Kind of have like a watch along and things like because I think games on what, ABC, ESPN, something like that.
Oh yeah, no, you got to make it happen. But no, I yeah, Warriors are decent right now. This is the best they've been, but still, they just got to 500, so it's not like they're looking like a contending team or anything like that. So um, they're below us, and they're going to remain that way. So I think that's just how that's going to go. So show some love to the Warriors today, but we'll see how far that goes for them. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
but moving on, this next weekend, or this not this next weekend, this weekend coming up is All Star break, and with All Star break is also everything that comes with that, which is the 3-point contest, the skills contest, the dunk contest, the East versus West game,
And also the Steph versus Sabrina.
and also the Steph versus Sabrina match. That's true. That's a new that they didn't have. This is the first year that's gone on, so that's an added one as well. So my question to you is this: we're going to start with the 3-point contest. I'm going to go down the list of who all is going to be in it, and then I'm going to ask you who do you think is going to win. So in the 3-point contest, competing on Saturday is Malik Beasley, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Lauri Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, and Trae Young. Who do you think wins?
I think in that list we have two 3-point champions, right? With Carl Anthony Towns and Damian Lillard, right? Right, Mark, right? So one will be looking to defend their crown, the other will be looking to take back the crown. And then you have the other cards that want to knock this other two off. Obviously I have to go with Dame Time. He's the best 3-point shooter out there. After Steph and Clay, he's the next best. Actually, no, right? Yeah, currently in the NBA, yeah. After Steph and Clay, he's the next 3-point shooter, and in a in a in an environment where everything is kind of in his control, 100%, he's knocking all those down. So give me what's his name? Give me Dame Time always, every day, always.
That's a good pick. I do think he's going to be knocking them down, but I'm going with Jalen Brunson. Give me the wild card. I think Jalen Brunson pulls it off. Um, I think that it'll be between him and Damian Lillard, but I think Jalen Brunson shows up and wins it. So that might be a hot take, but I think he does it. This is a good question. Do you think it's time for Chris Paul to retire? I think it's been time for him to retire, to be honest with you. I think it was time for him to retire after they lost to the Bucks, but that's just me. But no, 3-point contest. Give me Jalen Brunson. I think he's going to show up to All-Star Weekend and go off. So I
See,
think it's going to start with the 3-point contest for him. That's my
I
pick.
th-
Kind of a wild
I,
card.
I think you have a bias towards Jalen Brunson, which is fair. You know what? Fair. It's fair, but like I just feel you have like a bias towards him, which is okay. He's an all star. He's amazing, but like over Dame Time, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Hey, all I'm saying is Jalen Brunson has been clutch, has been really, really clutch. So I think we're going to see that. But again, I mean, Damian Lillard, defending champ, one of the best to ever shoot the three. So I mean, it could. I think it's going to be between him and Jalen Brunson. But like the 3-point contest. Shout out to the 3-point contest for consistently staying exciting, because there
Yeah.
is exciting. That's an exciting lineup. Moving into something a little less exciting, but still pretty exciting, is the skills contest, and it's a little
uh,
different now. The skills contest is done in teams now. There's 3 teams: Team All Stars, which is Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Maxey, and Trae Young; Team Top Pick, which is Paolo Banchero, Anthony Edwards, and Wemby; and then Team Pacers, which is Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, and Miles Turner. Between those 3 teams, which team do you have won? Last year, it was, I believe, Team All Star that won. Who do you think
no,
walks
no,
away with it this
I thought it was
season?
Team Cavs. Wasn't it the Cavs?
It might have been. I don't remember. Honestly, I didn't watch it. But either way, who do you think wins this year? It might have been Team Cavs. You take, yeah, I don't know.
20, 20. Jazz. Actually, no, it was. Well, yeah, it was the Cavs. Actually, 20. No way. No,
Oh no,
it
it was
was
the Jazz.
Team Jazz. It was the Jazz.
It
Yeah.
was the Jazz. Okay, the Jazz won it last year. Okay, that the Jazz
Um.
won it. So in that case, do you think the Pacers win it this year, or do you think a different
Nah.
top picks or all stars?
Team All Star. Team. I'm
All
going with
day.
Team All Star. I'm just backing. Like I just have to back them. Like Team All Star. Like they want to put on a show All Star weekend. Um. So yeah, Team All Star every day, all day, all day, every day. Yeah.
Team All. Since I'm the same with Team All Star, Jay, pull that last comment, second to last comment up from Blitz Game. Because I've got the same answer for that.
That's what age do you reckon LeBron should retire? And do we even think Bronny and Brighton make the
Okay,
NBA?
I think that Bryce will be better than Bronny. That's something that I'm going to say right now. I think Bryce is going to be
Uh,
better than Bronny. I think Bryce is going to be more. Not that. they need to be like LeBron, but I think Bryce is going to be more of a LeBron-esque type of player than Bronny. Not that Bronny isn't going to make it. I think both will play in the league, but I think LeBron will only play with Bronny if he plays with either of them. And I don't know for sure if that's going to happen. I think Bronny should stay in college one more season.
Yeah.
And play 2 years because I don't think him going to the NBA after a freshman year would go very well. I think he would do a lot better if he developed, and I actually think we're going to see that. So I think we're going to see LeBron sign like a small extension with the Lakers if they finish on top, like not on, they're not going to finish on top in the West, but if they finish, you know, in the top 7, top 8, and they make it to the West, whatever. If they make it as far as they did last year, at least I can see him re-signing a small contract with the Lakers and then trying to play with his son. So that's what I think is going to happen. What about you, bro?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Bryce loves the game more than Bronny. When it comes to natural love of the game of basketball, I think Bryce loves it. Like you can see it in the way he plays. He has more passion. He looks like he has more passion to it than Bronny. Bronny knows how to play the game, but I don't think it's his first love, which is okay. It's okay. Maybe he's just playing it for like his dad or whatever, um, and it's okay. Bronny needs to stay in college till he becomes a starter. If he leaves because currently he's not even a starter in USC, so when he becomes a starter, then and he plays a full season as being a starter, then we can see how well he's developed and then maybe see what he can do to get into the NBA. So yeah, LeBron might stick around for a minute, maybe till he's 40. Don't know. He's what, 39 right now? 40, 40 and a half. Let's see. So yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see LeBron re-signing with the Lakers, but I can also see him leaving. But I don't think he's going to go to another team unless it's to play with his son. Unless the Lakers like lose in the play-in or something like that, then I do think he would leave the Lakers. But I don't see that happening. And I think he's pretty locked into LA, especially if Bronny's at USC, which I think he will stay one more season. So there's that. Moving on to the dunk contest, we've got Jalen Brown, Matt McClung, Jacob Toppin, and then I do not remember who the fourth person is.
Hakim Hawkins.
I had it on my list.
Hakim Hawkins.
There we go.
Hakim Hawkins, yes, sir.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, bro. I didn't. I knew I was missing one. So my question to you is again, no disrespect to those dudes, but come on, bro. I'd say the one guy you could call a star in this lineup is Jalen Brown, and like there was a comment earlier, like when did LeBron do the dunk contest? That's a good point. You know what? One thing you can say about Jordan that LeBron never did was a dunk contest. And Jordan rocked a dunk contest, and LeBron never even attempted one. So in pros, obviously we've seen his high school, we've seen all that, but I just yeah, between these dudes, who do you have winning the dunk contest and why? Do you think it'll be exciting or do you think it'll just be another boring dunk contest like we've unfortunately had to get used to?
Nah, Loki, I think it'll be fun though. Loki, it'll be really good.
Damn.
It'll be a good watch. Um, and I want to say Jaden Brown because I've seen him dunk, but dunking in game and dunking out of game are two different things. But then I also have to back the guy that won it last year. What's his name? Mark McClung, something like that. I can't remember his name. He won it again last year. He was electric. Pretty much brought the vibe back to the dunk contest after a horrific year before. So I don't know. I think that'll be a tough one. I also can't count out Hakim Harkes. He's also electric. If you have seen his UCLA highlights in college, sorry, he did a dunk. He did participate in a dunk contest in high school, so he's also really good at it. And then is it Jacob Toppin or what's his name? Something Toppin. I assume that's
Mhm.
Obi Toppin's brother, something like that, maybe. So again, just cause he's Obi Toppin's brother, I think you also have the vertical and the hops also. So I feel it to be really electric, low key, to be good, and you know what? Just give me the guy that won it last year, just cause I can back him better, cause he has won it before. So give me Mark Buchan again. to win it this year.
And I'm gonna make it easy for everybody. Give me Mac McClung as well, because again, that's the dude that won it last year, and he's one of the only dudes that's actually made it semi-exciting in the last few years. So he's got to be the dude to do it. But then moving on to the actual game itself, East versus West. Who do you guys winning? Oh, before we go to that, is Steph in the female? I don't know the rules actually. I'm not sure what the rules are
I
to it. I
think I
believe
think
I
it's the
know
3 point.
Steph
I think it's the
Steph
NBA
is.
three
I
point line.
don't.
I think they're both shooting from the NBA 3 point line.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I think they're both shooting from the NBA 3 point line. It should be fun. I have Sabrina winning it just because she holds the record. Um, Steph is good, but like
There we go. Now we're
Sabrina,
back.
yeah. So again, I said I have Steph winning it. Sorry, no, my bad. I have Sabrina winning it just because she holds the record for like the 3 point contest, both NBA and WNBA. But I think they are both shooting from the NBA 3 point line, which is obviously farther than WNBA. But I still reckon Sabrina to win it. And I'm not the only one. Durant, Clay thinks so. Clay thinks so.
Yeah,
Durant also
I think
thinks
she will
so.
as well.
Yeah, so it should be good. It should be good. It's been good entertainment. I remember when it first happened and when they first challenged each other. So it's been good to see. And yeah, I know Wemby should not request a trade right now. He's just his first
Yeah,
season. What's
no,
he requested a
absolutely.
trade for? What's he? He doesn't. He hasn't done anything yet. He should
Yeah,
stick
no.
in San Antonio and learn the games and learn the NBA. And then after maybe his fourth season, his first contract runs out. Yeah, then he can think of requesting a trade. But right now, sit still in San Antonio and enjoy being the star there. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm with you. And then the last bit of the weekend is East versus West, the actual All-Star game itself. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I think the West wins. I think it'll be a good game, but I think the West wins for sure.
Low key, yeah. I kind of had a thought. I think it was this morning that LeBron wins the All Star MVP. I don't know why I had that thought, but it just clicked in my head that the West win it and LeBron would like win it. And I feel like before the game, he'll call all you guys together and be like, "You guys, this is my last All Star. You guys should please help me. I want to win this MVP. MVP." I don't know why I had that thought though, but like I feel like he'll probably
Mhm.
bag home the MVP, and it'd be good to see major headline for the NBA also. So yeah.
No, absolutely. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be exciting. Last year's was pretty good. We've seen the All-Star game itself has been pretty good. So we've seen decent consistency there. So obviously next episode when we get back with you guys, it'll be post All-Star break. So if there's anything exciting or notable that happens during that time, we will definitely touch up with that. But moving on, we are going to
I'm sorry.
talk about
Can I ask a question? What do you think of
yeah.
what do you think of the celebrity game? Team Shannon Sharp, ESPN, and Stephen A. Smith going at it together. What do you think about that?
I think that'll be fun. I actually think that'll be one of the most exciting and fun parts of the whole weekend, honestly, just seeing that because those two dudes are fun to watch when it comes to sports television. Again, sports entertainment television because even some of their takes still it's kind of like but it's entertaining, so I think that those two dudes are the two to definitely watch, and so I think it'll be exciting and that'll be one of the more enjoyable parts of the weekend, so I'm hyped for it, bro.
Definitely, definitely. And
They
shout
better
out
be
to
mic'd up. I'm sure they will be.
definitely shout out to Blitz Gaming for the amazing questions, amazing comments. You guys, he keeps the comments are really nice, and all the other guys also. Shout out to you guys in comments. You guys are amazing. Just keep going and keep vibing.
Absolutely. Moving on, we're going to go into two pickups that two teams that desperately needed players made. It was not trade deadline, it was post trade deadline. We're talking about Spencer Dinwiddie to the Lakers and Kyle Lowry to the 76ers. We're going to go into what we think about those, and we're going to give our grade, starting with Spencer Dinwiddie to the Lakers. We needed that spark plug. We don't have the Dennis Schroeder player we had last year. Dennis Schroeder was that spark plug player. He provided that kick we needed several times, and Spencer Dinwiddie is going to do the same exact thing for us. We need depth at that position as well. We like depth at our guard position is needed as much as we also might need to beef up our bigs a little bit. It's definitely our guards that we need to get ready for the playoffs, and Spencer Dinwiddie is the perfect guy for that. So I'm going to give that pickup a B plus for the Lakers. What about you?
That is a good one. A minus maybe. Um, Spencer is a good player, good point guard, and again we need the depth. With obviously Gabe Vincent out, it was nice. Probably out for whatever amount of time he's out. Picking up Spencer was good stuff. So A minus. He can shoot the ball decently. He can create some nice passes. He can dribble. He's a good ball handler. So take the load off. Um, the Russell and what's his name, and Austin Reeves, and even at times LeBron too. Take that ball handling
Mhm.
skill off him. So good stuff. Good stuff.
No, I think it was a good pickup. And then Kyle Lowry for the 76ers, it adds depth. It definitely adds depth, but I'm only going to give it a C plus because he does tend to have some injuries staying in the lineup with injuries and other things. So I'm going to give him a C plus because he's kind of bounced back and forth when he was for the Heat the last couple of, especially the last season, he kind of bounced in and out of the lineup. But when he plays, he's really consistent and he adds vet leadership. And that is something that that team needs. They need vets in the locker room. And shout out to the 76ers because even without Joel Embiid, they might be able to stay afloat. They look like a team that might be able to figure it out. So with a player like Kyle Lowry, I think it's a good pickup. And I think it's a good piece that can help boost them in the right direction. But I've got to give it a C plus just because of the unknown of health. I've got to give it a C plus. What's your thought on that?
Definitely B minus, just because he slows the game down a bit. I don't think he's that fast to be able to play. But when I do think of him as the point and Tyrese as the two, that sounds really good. In my head, it looks so good having a guy, a vet like Kyle Lowry in the one, and then Tyrese at the two, being able to just create space and then pass it out to Tyrese, who can shoot the ball very well. Amazing stuff. But again, I think he'll slow the game down a bit, and then also again health wise, so give me a B minus for that. Just because of the health and the speed of the game, yeah, give me a B minus for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then I think that they're both players that could add a lot for sure to both teams. Absolutely. And then moving on, we've done this before. This might actually be the third time we've done this, not this season, but on this show as a whole, going over East versus West, which conference we think is better. And by better, that just means more competitive, closer, more exciting to watch. Which conference is better this season so far? We will revisit this at the end because this is really just the halfway mark, even though it's, you know, moving closer to play in time. It's moving closer than some teams would probably like. But going over today who we think the better conference is. So my question to you is East versus West, who's the best? Which conference do you have being the better conference so far? And let's go just for this season as we are right now. Who do you think the best conference is?
Definitely the West though. But you know what? You know what? The East isn't looking too bad though. There's more competition now. We're not built. Previously, we knew it was Celtics, Bucks, Sixers. But now, the Pacers are coming up, Cavs are coming up, New York is coming up. But any day, give me the West all day. Like the West will annihilate, annihilate the East, and we'll see it in the All Star game. We'll see it. Um. So yeah, again, give me the West, and the West is still the better conference, better teams, better. Okay, I don't say better players, just better team play. Yeah, give me the West.
I'm with you. And I've got the same answer. I've got the West. The East, has slowly risen, and it's been a lot closer than it's ever been because the West used to be way better by a lot. But the West this season, when we see teams like the Timberwolves and the Thunder go from being bottom tier teams, one not even being a playoff team last season, to being a top three team, that just shows how competitive and exciting the conference is. And yes, you've got teams like New York and the Pacers and the Heat and all these other teams that are in it. But yeah, West on top. I agree, Daybreaks. Let's go. West is on top. The East is deeper. I don't know. Here's the thing. The East might be deeper, but the West has a I don't it's hard to say because you got the Kings that are 7th right now, and that was what were they, the 3rd seed last year, 4th seed.
Yeah.
So that's how competitive, and they don't even have a bad record. So and then the Mavs are 8th. So I think I don't know, side by side, who's deeper? Maybe the East by just a little bit, but the teams, I don't
Deeper
know.
in terms of like deeper with what good teams. I mean, I'm looking at the standings, right? And looking at the records. I mean, is it based on what's it actually based? What do you mean deep? What does that mean?
The West is the Clippers and everyone else. King Cal, you're the only person that watches this show that thinks that. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the West after Miami, the rest of the team are below 500, and Miami is eighth, right? That's basically what it is. And then if you look at the West,
It's 500 to 10, right?
if you look at the West, all the way to Warriors are above
Yeah.
500, which are 10. So
So
I don't
that
know
kind of
what
speaks
deeper
for itself.
means. Exact.
That kind of speaks for itself. Um, I guess if you want to say there's more weak teams in the East that can make a playoff run or a play-in run, then yeah. But in the West, I'd say it's deeper with stronger teams. It's a deeper conference with stronger teams going from 1 to 10. Because right now you have the Warriors that won the championship in the last 4 years and they're 10th. That's a
Yeah.
deep conference. But the East are right there. The East are at least catching up. So shout out to the East. It's going to be really exciting to see who comes out of the East and West once we get to the finals. Moving on, though, we are going to talk about who the top 10. It's ever changing. I feel like every time we do a show, it's different. But we are going to talk about who we think is going to be in the top 10 in each conference by the time we get to March, which March is honestly, by the March, I mean the end of March, but even that is coming up sooner than later. So I'm going to go through who I think my top 10 are going to be by March. And spoiler alert, it is not what the top 10 is like at all right now. It's still decently similar. I'm not going crazy and saying the Lakers are going to make it up to first, but it's a little different. Coming in for the West, we'll start with West. I've got the Nuggets being on top. I think by the end of March, the Nuggets will be in that 1 seed. Coming in at number 2, I've got the Thunder. I think they'll retain that top 3 status. Coming in at number 3, I've got the Suns, who I believe are currently 5th or 6th. I think they're going to go on a run and finish really strong. Coming in at number 4, I've got the Clippers. I do think they're going to stay in that top 5, but I don't think they're going to be a top 3 team by that time. Coming at number 5, give me the Timberwolves. I think they're going to be still winning games, but they're not going to be a team that's right where they were at before. And then give me the Kings at number 6. They're going to stay right where they're at now, but I think they're going to be a little bit better. And then give me the Lakers at 7. I'm not saying anything crazy. I don't think they're going to make it much above that spot, but I think they'll be at 7th by that time. And then give me the Mavs at 8, the Pelicans at 9, and the Warriors at 10. That's got to be my top 10. I think that's what we're going to be looking at by the time we get to March. What about you, bro? And anyone in the comments, tell us your top 10. Tell us but what do you think about our list? Let us know.
Number one, I have Minnesota.
Okay.
Number two, I have Clippers. Number three, I have OKC. Number four, I have Denver. Number five, I have Phoenix. Number six, I have the Kings. Number seven, I have the Lakers. Just cause post All Star would be amazing. To go on this amazing run. What was that? Number seven? Number eight, I have the Mavs. Number nine, I have the Pelicans, and number 10, I have the Warriors.
Got
Okay.
it.
No,
Got it. Warriors. Oh no.
no. Actually, I might between Warriors and Jazz. One of them
It's
too.
close, but I think the Warriors showed how close it actually is when they played them. I think they will end up getting that spot, but it is they record wise and team wise as a whole they are pretty close. I will say, but
Yeah. So
I'm
I'm
gonna give it to the
picking
Warriors. But
between. But
sorry,
I'm just right now. I'm going to give Warriors the edge just because of Steph Curry. Like I can't
no, yeah,
disrespect Steph like that. So
totally fair,
yeah.
bro.
Seventh Lakers, eighth Dallas, nine Pelicans, and tenth Warriors. First, obviously Minnesota. Second Clippers. Third, give me OKC. Fourth, give me the Suns. I think that's what I said. Sorry, fourth, give me Denver. Fifth, give me the Suns, and then sixth, give me the Kings. Let's go.
Absolutely. Moving on to the East. This one's a little easy. This one was easier for me to make, to be honest with you. Number one, give me the Celtics. I think they're still going to be on top. No surprises here. I think they'll keep that the rest of the season. Number two, give me the Bucks. I got the Bucks being right there. Number three, give me the Knicks. The Knicks look nice, and I think they're going to continue that post All-Star break. Number four, give me the Cavs. They also look really nice. I think they'll be right up in that spot. Number five, give me the 76ers. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy without Embiid. Will they have Embiid back by the middle of the end of March? I'm sure they hope so. And I think they could, but they might not. And they might not have him back consistently. So I still have them sitting like right around fifth. At sixth, give me the Pacers. They look great. Halliburton's back and playing and healthy, and they look solid. They look a lot better than they did without him, and they look pretty nice. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they'll be above that. And then number seven, give me the Heat. I think that's a right around where they'll be the rest of the season. I don't think we'll see them go above that or below that. And then eight, give me the Magic. Nine, give me the Hawks, and 10, give me the Nets.
Mm, okay. Okay. Not bad. Um, obviously I have the top 10 staying the same. I just have the position switched up a bit. Um, obviously Boston is one. Give me Bucks at two. I'll have Bucks at two. I have Boston at one. I have New York at three. I have Cleveland at four. I have the Sixers at five. I have Indiana at six. I have Miami at seven. I have the Orlando Magic at eight. I have Atlanta. No, actually, you know what? Chicago and Atlanta can figure out themselves. We'll leave it like that. Chicago and Atlanta can figure out themselves. Whoever wants 10 and 9, I'm not going to put them in their place. They'll figure out themselves. Um yeah, so that's what I have. Obviously, first Celtics, second Bucks, third Knicks, right? That's what I said. Third Knicks, fourth Cleveland, fifth Philadelphia, fifth Indiana, sixth Miami, seventh Magic, and then the remaining two can figure out themselves. Yeah.
No, all solid, all solid. Honestly, I mean, time will tell. We could be on, we could be off. We'll see where we're at once we get to that point. But moving on to our last segment of the show. Thank you guys for sticking with us through the technical difficulties. We've had more than we've had this season so far, so thank you guys. But moving on, we are going to do our top of the hour five. And this week's, in honor of All Star break, we are going over the top five best All Star game performances of all time. Now, we are not talking team performances, this is single player performances, and this is not just scoring. That is a big part of it, but it's just who performed the best, who's put up the best performance all time when it comes to the All-Star game. So, David, when we get to our top five, who is your number five for best All-Star game performance?
Number five, I have LeBron James, 2011 All Star, recorded a triple double. I don't know the numbers exactly. Um, 20. Oh, actually, no, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Um, even though they lost, on a personal side, that was a really good performance. The East lost that year. So give me LeBron at number five.
Good. Nope. Solid pick. LeBron has always shown up for All-Star games and given us big performances. I can see him having a pretty big one potentially this year. My number five has to be Russell Westbrook's 2017 performance, where he had 41 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. Russell Westbrook was playing different this season. There was a stretch of like 2, 3 seasons where this dude was just playing insane basketball. Post Kevin Durant, he was playing insane basketball. And so it's got to be him. He had an insane game, big performance. This is just one of his several big All-Star performances. But give me Russell Westbrook. Just got to give some love to him because this was a big performance. So that's my number 5. Moving on, who is your number 4?
Number 4, Kobe. 2011, the West beats the East. Had 37 points and 40 rebounds. Literally stole the All-Star MVP that year from LeBron. Fair play to him. The West won, so definitely had to be him. And if the East had won, though, it would have been a different story. But obviously, the West won 148 to 143. So yeah, number 5. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. Give me number 4 is Michael Jordan's 1988 All-Star Game performance, where this is another player that has had several big All-Star Game performances, but 1988 was a big one for him with 40 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. Michael Jordan did everything in this game, and so give me this as my number 4 because he absolutely had a great game. And before we go on, since we're doing so great on time this show, pull that last comment up one last time, Jay, about Russell Westbrook, because arguably I think that he is having some of the best
Best.
play he's had
Yeah.
since OKC, arguably as like is he putting triple doubles? No, but he's doing more than he did when he was. I don't know. I get what you're saying statistically, but I think that he's actually doing better
I think
for his
exactly. He has revived
career.
his career. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has as well. And I think he's embraced a different role. So I get what you're saying, though, on a statistical side and where he was at just a couple of years ago, it's a drop off there. But I think for his legacy and for the team he's playing for, what he's doing now is going to go a longer way. Um, and I think that he's actually proven that he's not a selfish player with this Clippers run. So King Cal, a Clippers fan. I believe that's who just put that up. But hey, either way, I think that Russell Westbrook is a selfish player. An interesting take. But no, give me Michael Jordan, 1988. Going at number 3, we're getting real now with these. These are the best of the best. Who do you have at your number 3?
I have Will Chamberlain as my number 3, 1962. Let me just check my notes here. Correct. No, I'm spot on with you. Yeah. Yes, 1962, 42 points, 24 rebounds, 7 of 23, 7 for 23 shooting. Now unfortunately they lost again. Um, which was sad, 150 to 130. But yeah, amazing performance from him on an individual aspect. I think he holds number 3 or number 4, something like that, in terms of most points scored in an All Star game. So yeah, to me, Will Chamberlain, 1962.
Yep. No, that was a big one. For my number 3, give me Anthony Davis's 2017 52 points with not a single three-pointer. That's a statistic you hear from like a game from the 1970s. I mean, that's not something you hear like that.
That's
You
Will
don't
Chamberlain
hear
numbers right there.
that
Wilt's
literally
numbers.
is when people say he does have flashes of that type of player because yes, it's an all-star game. The defense isn't going to be like a regular season or a playoff game, which the defense in the NBA isn't that great, but you know what I mean. It's better than an all-star game. But give me number 3, Anthony Davis's 52 points with not a single one being a three-pointer. Shout out Anthony Davis. That was a monster year for him. As always, a couple injuries here and there, but that's just a regular season for Anthony Davis. So that's got to be my number 3. And now we're getting to the best of the best, bro. Who is your number 2 for best All-Star game performance of all time?
Number 2, I have Michael Jordan, 19. My notes there, right? The year here. 1988. That year he practically he defeated Dominic Wilkins in the in the slam dunk contest. And then that same weekend he led the East in the final quarter to a 138 133 victory, scoring I think again 42 points. That should be like actually no 40 points. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists on 17 for 30, 23 shooting, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. And then he had 4 steals and 4 blocks also that game. Pretty impressive. And if I remember correctly, he won the All Star MVP that year too. So yeah, give me Michael Jordan at number two. Again, I think he has the third most points in All Star history. Um, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's a good pick. No, that's a solid pick. My number two has to be Steph Curry's 2022 performance where he had 50 points, 16 three-pointers. I mean, again, all-star game, not great defense, but what I will say is there is good enough defense to where that is impressive to hit six, and not even just that, hitting 16, pretty impressive. So give me number two, Steph Curry's 2022 50-point performance. And now we are into who we have as our best all-star game performance of all time. Who do you got, bro?
I have number one, Anthony Davis. And what makes this one really special is because it was in New Orleans. He did it in front of his home crowd in New Orleans. 52, as you said, no three pointer. He went, I think, 26 for 39 shooting for 52 points. No one has been able to break that. Um, Amazing. Just really dominant of him. And yeah, that's my number one. Obviously, Curry. I think Curry should have been in my list, but this is what it is, isn't it? Um,
You
yeah.
know,
So
you know,
honorable mention. He's in the he's in the
yeah.
rib number six. But obviously give me AD as my number one, and because of how special it was, like
No,
you
yeah,
know,
that is
special
that is. I got to go with you. Already said it as I think it was your number four, maybe your Wilt Chamberlain,
number.
1962, 37 points or 37 minutes. Excuse me, 37 minutes. He put those numbers up in 37 minutes, which again, no three, but like the game was so different back then that is extremely impressive that he did that like that and at an All Star game. So I've got to go with Wilt Chamberlain 40 plus points, 37 minutes, 20 plus rebounds. I mean, he did it all, not only during the regular season playoff. I mean, he did it always. So I've got to go with that's my number one. But all these performances were great. As always, guys, if there's a top five you want us to do, let us know in the comments for next show. We will take that into account no matter what that is. We're always willing to do whatever different kind of top five y'all want to see, no matter what that, even if it's top five Warriors players of all times, I guess we would have to do that. But no, just let us know if there's ever a top five you guys want to see. But that takes us to another end of a great show. Again, thank you guys for sticking around for probably the most technical difficulties we've ever had in one show. But we got through it. Thank you guys for sticking around with us. But this is not the only place where you can find us. David, where else can we find you when it comes to podcasts?
Yeah, definitely check us out on Mind of the Football Fans podcast. We're actually going live like probably like an hour after this show. So check us out. We talk all things soccer. We have a lot to react to this week from a busy match week in the Premier League. So check us out, Mind of the Football Fans. We're out wherever I get your podcasts. We love to see you guys there.
Make sure you guys check it out. It's great. Make sure you hit the channels with a sub and get all that boosted up as we all grow together. And you can also check me out on the Connor and Heffernan Show YouTube channel. We have not made any new episodes of any of the stuff lately, but we might be making a new one in the coming weeks. So be looking out for that, and there might be something new out there soon. But as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will talk more NBA basketball with you guys next week. Have a great week, guys.
Shout out to comments. Yes, sir.
Always.